Okay, on this guitar here, it's a nice Mark Knopfler Stratocaster, and I'm going to put in some different model pickups for it, for a different tone that I'm trying to get out of it. So I'm going to proceed to remove the pick guard. Don't remove these two here because your switch will actually fall through, so just the outer perimeter wood screws. Okay, now that you're done, move your box of screws out of the way. You're going to be lifting the pick guard up, and just lift it up carefully. Just pull it up on one side, and as you hold it up, what you're going to do is get your cloth and put it over the guitar so the switch doesn't scratch. So these are pre-wired that I did, but I like putting little terminals to hold everything nice and snug and get rid of all the excess wire. Here it is just, like, to me, I think a little bit way too much. You got a couple ground wires connected here from the jack. You got your hot wire and the ground wire. Sometimes when you're unsoldering from potentiometers and stuff, you need to use a little bit higher temperature because the potentiometers can be a big heat sink. Now the wire I'm disconnecting here is the hot wire from the actual jack coming from this area over here. Now I'm going to work on the pick guard. I'm going to move the guitar so you don't have a chance of dropping anything on it or soldering it or anything. So, okay, here's your basic Stratocaster pick guard. And this tone control here actually works the middle pickup. This middle tone control actually works the neck pickup. And this is the master volume for all three pickups. Now I'm going to remove the three ground wires from all three pickups. Okay, now a very important thing that you want to do. Many of these switches are different. I mean, one guitar may have one switch, another guitar. This is a 5-way. So now when the switch is in the bridge position, when it's down in this position, it works this pickup. When it's in the middle, it works this pickup. And when the switch is here, it works this pickup. When it's in, there's a second position, which is called the 2-4, and that's these two pickups are being worked together in parallel. They're not in series. They're actually in parallel. And then in this fourth position, it's the middle and neck pickup in parallel with each other. Your sweeper is right here, your main contact from these opposite corners. This one blade connects all the way across all positions. So you make a little line like for your switch. And you make here, 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 and here. These are your 2 and 4 positions over here. Here's your 4 contacts. And then on this side, if you notice, the next position is on this side over here. So you want to bring this one to the left of the first connection. So these are spaced over a little bit. So now this connection here is connected to here. So these are connected directly across here. Okay, now when you're looking at this first wire, you're going to see that this wire connected here, that's going to be your bridge position. So you make a B for that. The yellow wire is coming from the second contact. So here, this is going to be your middle or yellow. You can put the M or Y for middle. And then your neck position, you can see here, is connected to the third. So here's your neck position. So that's how it works. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to pull out these other 3 pickups, and we're going to put new pickups in this instrument. Okay, now the pickups are actually disconnected from the switching thing. Now what you want to do is turn your pick guard over, get your wire straight out, and then what I will often do is just hand loosen the actual pickups, let them drop. Now what I do is I just hold them down, make sure they're all popped out, and then carefully lift the pick guard up, and then just remove these pickups. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to hook up the pick guard. Okay, now what we're going to do is replace the pickups in here. And what I like doing is putting all the pickups in at one time, And then I do all the wire. I don't wire one at a time because I like getting everything cut, and I do all the strapping. Or what I'll do on this, since I'm going to be putting in a custom set, I'm going to tape everything so it'll look real clean and bring all the wires up. And then what you do is you check continuity between the terminal to the wire, and then you find out which one's a neck or a bridge. So we'll do that. Okay, there's your pickups all installed. Now what I'm going to do is start hooking everything up. So you make sure all the wires are, laying down right and keep them straight. Okay, and then I give it a nice 90-degree turn. Separate the hot wires from the ground wires. Now what I'm going to do is get a point where I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut all the 3 ground wires. Okay, now what I do, let it cool down a little bit, and I hold them pretty much all close together. So what I'm going to do is proceed to solder them all down like that. Usually when you pull your wires out, you're going to have 3 different lengths if all the wires are cut the same. And what you're going to see, a short wire, a medium, and then your longer wire. So what you're going to see here is the shorter wire is normally it's going to have to come from the neck pickup because it's traveling the furthest, so you're not going to have as much coming out. The longest wire is usually from the bridge, and that's the one sticking out here. So your common deduction is the middle wire is going to be the middle size pickup. So you take the shorter wire, then I bring it over to the actual switch, and I pull it a little bit tight, and I get another little angle here. And what I do is I cut it about ½ inch down, then you bring it to your terminal, real nice, just hit it, and there's your neck pickup already installed. So now the wire is ready. Just clean it up, press it back up, and it looks real nice and clean there. So your next wire then is going to be the middle pickup. That's a real nice cleaned up pick guard, and we're ready to install it back into the guitar. So I always bring the pick guard facing me with the potentiometer, so what you're going to actually do is just flip it over like that, so it'll go into the cavity real nice. You get all your wires here and everything. Again, sometimes you have to retin some of the little wires here, because if you use a solder wick, it'll remove sometimes too much off your connections. And then when you remove your cloth and hold it carefully, make sure your wires are going in the right direction, and carefully place it down, and everything should fit nice and snug.